Hello, parents. Thanks for joining me on this episode of the Fast Math Freebies at Home Edition. Do you have a third, fourth, or fifth grader, live in the state of Florida, and want to help your child prepare for the Fast Math assessment in May? Well, if you're answering yes to all three of those questions, you are in the right place. My name is Miss McCarthy, and I am a former Florida public school teacher on a mission to make math fun, make it click, and make it stick. For years, I've been creating resources with teachers in mind, and now I'm expanding my impact to create affordable and engaging math video lessons and practice for you to use at home with your child. The following free episode is actually a part of a free course, so all you have to do is click the link in the description box, enroll in the course today, and you'll have access to all of the Fast Math freebies, the video lessons, and the printables for this grade. And now it's time to dive into that free episode, so let's do it. All right, fifth grade, here is your problem this week. We have a two-parter. It says part A right here and part B right here. Now, before I model my thinking and show my journey here, what I'd like for you to do is go ahead and pause the video and work this problem out on your own. Then press play to come on back and check your work. All right, welcome back. So this is the journey I am choosing to take. So it says to drag the term, yes, these are the terms right over here, to correctly label each value of the equation below. Okay, so dragging. Now this right here is kind of like a paper-based copy, but when we take the Florida Fast Math assessment, it's a computer-based test for most of us. So dragging something would mean clicking on it and pulling it where we need it to go. So what we need to do is take one of these terms and plug them into these spaces right here. Now, I don't think that the Fast Math assessment would necessarily have you dragging terms over, but this was just a way to show you how the dragging, the graphic response item display, how dragging would work on a test, okay? And we'll have other problems that practice that in the future. So for this one, we've got 1,524 divided by 25 equals something. So 1,524, that is the total in the division problem. The total is known as the what? The dividend. So what we would have to do on a computer is select dividend, click it, and move it over where we need it to go. So we'd want it to go in here, so I'm going to go ahead and just write this over here. This is the dividend, but usually you would take it and drag it and drop it right where you need it to go. 25 is the thing that we're dividing. It's the piece of the equation that's doing the dividing. So what is that called? The divisor, right? So on a paper-based test, we would select divisor right there and drag it into that space that we see. I can't really drag it, so I'm just going to write it right there. And the unknown number, the unknown amount to a division problem, what we're trying to figure out is the quotient, right? So we would take this quotient piece, click on it, and drag it to that space right under the question mark. And we are going to go ahead and just write it in there because we have to for this particular problem, okay? But that's kind of how the dragging feature would work on the Fast Math assessment. All right, part B says 1,524 divided by 25 is, so now we're not labeling the pieces, we're actually trying to figure out what the quotient is. So let's do that. And you could have selected any strategy that you want to solve this problem. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the partial quotients method right here. So I've got my divisor and then my dividend here, okay? And I know that I could take, I know that 25 times 4 is 100. So if I made it 25 times 40, that would be 1,000. I can subtract that and get 524. And if I did half of that, 20 of those, that would be 500, which would be 24 left over, okay? And 24 as a remainder is less than our divisor of 25. So that would be 60 when I add these two together. 40 plus 20 is 60 with a remainder of 24. Now my answer choices are in fraction form. So to write that, we would take our remainder and place it in the numerator and our denominator would be the divisor. So over here, we would select this one, which drops the menu down, and we would select this answer choice. And then when we do that, our answer should go right in here to show that we're filling in the blank for this editing task choice. Thank you so much for joining me today. And remember, if you're looking for the printable that goes along with this video, you can enroll in that free course today, which gives you access to this video and the printable and all the other videos that I've created, the Fast Math freebie episodes, all in one place for you. And you know what? If you're anything like me, it's out of sight, out of mind. I know that you're busy, so why don't you go ahead and do that now? That way it's off your plate, you take care of it, and you can get your instant access today. Thanks again, and I cannot wait to see you inside the free course.